Naima? Jiwoo screamed. Naima, please wait for me. The Seoul streets blur past like a nightmare bleeding into reality. Jiwoo's hands grip the steering wheel so tight his knuckles have gone white, bone pressing against pale skin like he's trying to strangle the leather itself. 140 kilometers per hour through city streets. Red lights mean nothing. Other cars swerve, horns blaring, he doesn't even hear them. His foot presses the accelerator harder, engine screaming like a wounded animal. The RPM gauge is in the red zone. The car wasn't built for this kind of punishment. But Jiwoo doesn't care. The only sound, louder than the racing motor, is the mantra falling from his lips. Naima, Naima, Naima. Her name like a prayer, like a lifeline. Like the only thing keeping him from driving this car straight into a wall and ending everything. His phone rings, Mrs. Yoon's name flashing on the dashboard screen. He ignores it. Another call. Ignored. She's probably gloating. Probably enjoying watching him fall apart. A third call, same number. His hand moves to answer, to scream at her, to threaten her life, but he stops. No. Focus. Naima. Just Naima. In the rearview mirror, a glimpse of his own face, and for the first time in his adult life, Jiwoo sees something he's never allowed himself to feel. Pure, unfiltered terror. Not for himself. Never for himself. For her. What if I'm too late? What if they've already hurt Solomon? What if she never forgives me? A single tear slides down his cheek. He doesn't wipe it away. Doesn't even acknowledge it's there. There's no time for weakness. No time for anything except getting to her. His mind flashes back to earlier tonight. Her face when she asked, "What if we sin tonight?" The innocence in her eyes mixed with desire. The way she looked at him like he was something other than a monster. I can't lose her. I can't. Another red light ahead. He blows through it at 150 kilometers per hour. A truck swerves, nearly clips his back bumper. He doesn't slow down. Meanwhile, across Seoul, chaos erupts at the modest Chapel of Grace. 3 police cars, lights flashing red and blue, sirens wailing, surround the small building like predators circling prey. Neighbors pour out of apartments, phones already recording. Because this is Seoul, this is 2025, everything is content. This is content gold, drama, scandal, a pastor getting arrested. The video views alone will be worth thousands. Uncle Solomon is being dragged out by 2 uniformed officers. But his face shows complete confusion, genuine shock. His eyes are wide, not with guilt, but with total bewilderment. I don't understand, he's saying, his deep voice cracking with confusion and fear. What are the charges? I've done nothing wrong, nothing. The officers don't respond. Their faces are blank, professional, cold. Just grip his arms tighter, forcing him toward the vehicle with mechanical efficiency. He's still wearing his clerical collar, his simple black shirt and trousers, the silver cross hanging from his neck catching the streetlights. A man of God being treated like a common criminal, like a drug dealer, like a murderer. Please, Solomon calls out, his voice getting desperate now. There must be some mistake. I demand to know what I'm being charged with. This is illegal. You must tell me the charges. Nothing. Just rough hands pushing him forward, gravel crunching under their feet. He tries to plant his feet, to resist, but they're stronger, younger, and he's 52 years old with bad knees. I have rights, he shouts. I'm a citizen. You can't just... One of the officers, the taller one with cold eyes, leans in close, whispers something in his ear, too quiet for anyone else to hear. Solomon's face goes pale. Whatever was said, it worked. He stops resisting, just allows himself to be dragged forward, face showing pure terror now. Then, Uncle, Naima bursts from the chapel doors like a storm given human form. Still in her vibrant floral dress from earlier, the colorful beads in her shorter cornrows clicking and catching the light as she runs. Her face is already streaked with tears. She's been crying inside, praying, hoping this was just a nightmare. But it's real. Uncle Solomon, let him go. She's running now, bare feet on the concrete because she didn't even stop to put on shoes. Mascara already streaking her deep chocolate skin in dark rivers. She reaches for him, grabbing at one of the officer's arms with both hands. "Please, there's been a mistake. He hasn't done anything." Her voice is breaking, desperate. The officer, a tall Korean man with cold eyes that show no mercy, shoves her away. Not gently, not carefully, like she's garbage. She stumbles back, nearly falls, catches herself, but keeps coming. Because that's her uncle, the only family she has left. "Where are you taking him? What are the charges?" Her voice is getting hoarse from screaming. More neighbors gathering now, a crowd forming like vultures. Phones out, recording everything. Dozens of phones. The red recording lights like demon eyes in the darkness. "Oh, the pastor's being arrested. I knew something was wrong with that chapel. Fake priest. He's been deceiving us all along. I bet he was stealing money." The comments get crueler, louder, feeding off each other's energy. Naima whips around, tears streaming, face contorted with rage and pain. "Put your phones down. Stop recording." But they don't. If anything, they move closer. One woman, middle-aged, cruel smile, face lit by her phone screen, zooms in on Naima's crying face, getting that perfect shot of devastation, thinking about the likes, the shares, the attention. "You don't know what you're talking about," Naima screams at them, voice raw and breaking. Uncle Solomon has stopped struggling now. His face shows something worse than anger, worse than fear, humiliation, complete and utter shame. Although he knew this day might come. High dignity is being stripped away in front of his entire community, the people he served for 15 years, the people he's prayed with, counseled through divorces and deaths and addictions, baptized their children, married their sons and daughters. Now they're filming his destruction like it's entertainment, like he's a spectacle, a show. "Uncle." Naima's voice breaks as she watches them shove him toward the van. Not a marked police vehicle, she notices now, just a black van. But her brain doesn't process it, too distraught to see the details that matter. They open the back door, the kind without handles on the inside, the kind used for prisoners, for criminals. "No, please." She runs forward again, grabbing the door with both hands, trying to keep it open, trying to stop this nightmare. An officer, different one, shorter, stockier, grabs her shoulder, pushes her, hard. Naima falls. Knees hit concrete first, sharp pain shooting through her legs, skin scraping against rough pavement. Then hands catch her weight, palms tearing. The fabric of her beautiful dress, the one that represented her freedom, her transformation, rips slightly at the hem. Her silver cross necklace swings forward, catching the streetlight. That cross her uncle gave her when she turned 18, when she graduated high school, when he told her she was going to do great things. From the ground, knees bleeding, hands scraped raw, she watches them slam the door. Her uncle's face pressed against the small window, his eyes meeting hers, mouthing something. Maybe, "I love you." Maybe, "I'm sorry." Maybe, "Be strong." She'll never know. The van pulls away, fast. Tires screeching. "No! Uncle! Uncle!" Naima tries to get up, stumbles on weak legs, falls again. Her body won't cooperate. Everything is shutting down. The crowd is still filming, still talking. "Your uncle is a criminal. Fake priest, deceiving people for years. What else has he been hiding? Probably taking money from poor people." Naima's on her knees, hands flat on the pavement, crying so hard she can barely breathe. Hyperventilating. The world is spinning. "Shut up!" She screams at them through her sobs. "You don't know him. You don't know anything." But they keep talking, keep recording, keep being cruel because cruelty is easy when you're behind a screen, when you're part of a mob, when you can pretend you're righteous. One man, Korean, maybe 40s, aggressive energy, has been drinking, steps forward, emboldened by the crowd. "You're probably in on it too. You African..." He raises his hand, about to strike her, about to hit a 19-year-old girl crying on the ground. Naima flinches, closing her eyes. waiting for the impact, wondering if anything else can go wrong tonight. The hit never comes. Instead, the sound of tires screeching to a violent stop. So loud it echoes off the buildings, everyone freezes. A black luxury car has slammed to a halt inches from the curb, cutting off the man's approach. The car is expensive, dangerous. Everyone recognizes the make. The kind of car you don't see in this neighborhood. The kind of car that belongs to people you don't want to meet. The driver's door flies open before the engine even fully cuts. Ji-woo. The crowd recognizes him instantly. This neighborhood knows exactly who he is. Has for years. The man who owns half of Seoul's underworld. The man you don't cross. The man whose name you don't speak. Terror ripples through them like a visible wave. People step back. Phones lower slightly. Suddenly, their recording doesn't seem as important as survival. The aggressive man's hand is still raised, frozen midair. His face has gone pale. Ji-woo doesn't run, doesn't rush. He walks, slow, deliberate, each footstep echoing on the pavement like a death knell, like Judgment Day approaching. His face shows something beyond rage, beyond fury, murder, pure, calculated murder. His eyes, those intensely dark, predatory eyes, are locked on the man who is about to strike Naima. Only on him. Like everyone else, has ceased to exist. He reaches Naima, still on the ground, and kneels beside her. Doesn't touch her yet, doesn't speak. First, checks her scraped hands, bleeding knees, torn dress, devastated face. His jaw clenches so hard, a vein pulses in his temple. A muscle in his cheek twitches. His hands are trembling, something he never allows. She's hurt. They hurt her. They made her bleed. Then he stands, slowly, like a predator rising from a crouch. Turns to face the crowd. The silence is deafening. Even the phones have stopped recording now. Because everyone can feel it, the violence about to happen. "You have 30 seconds, Ji-woo says quietly. His voice is calm. Too calm. The kind of calm that precedes hurricanes. The kind of calm that precedes death. Delete. Every. Recording. Nobody moves. They're frozen in fear. Some are already mentally calculating escape routes. Or you'll all be dead before noon. The crowd scrambles. Fingers flying across phone screens, desperately deleting videos, fumbling, dropping phones, picking them back up. It's gone. It's deleted. I didn't record anything. I swear. Please, we were just... I have children. The aggressive man tries to back away slowly, hoping to disappear into the crowd, to become invisible. Ji-woo's hand shoots out, fast as a snake strike, grabs him by the throat, lifts him slightly onto his toes with one hand. The man makes a choking sound, hands clawing at Ji-woo's wrist. "You are going to hit her?" Ji-woo's voice drops to a whisper, quiet enough that only the man can hear. But everyone sees his face, sees the absolute terror. The man's eyes are bulging. Can't breathe. Can't speak. Can only stare into those dark eyes and see his own death. Ji-woo throws him to the ground like garbage, like he weighs nothing. The man gasps, coughing, crawling away on hands and knees. "Run. All of you. Now." They scatter, like roaches when the light turns on. Phones still in hands, some still recording as they flee, uploading videos to social media as they run because the footage is too good to delete. The views, the money, worth the risk. Titles already appearing on screens across Seoul. Pastor Solomon arrested at Chapel of Grace. Fake priest exposed in scandal. Church girl attacked by mob. Breaking. Religious leader taken by police. But Ji-woo doesn't know this yet. Doesn't know that even as they run, even as they delete, the damage is already done. The internet is forever. All he sees is Naima, broken on the ground. He reaches for her. She slaps his hand away. Hard. The sound echoes in the now empty street. "Don't touch me!" Ji-woo freezes. "Naima! This is your fault!" Her voice is raw, destroyed, barely human. "All of this. My uncle is arrested because of you." She's hitting his chest now. Weak punches that land without force because she has no strength left. But each one lands like a hammer to his heart. Because of your world. Because you got him involved in this. Each word a knife. Each word true. Everything you touch dies, Ji-woo. You told me that yourself. Her fist still beating his chest. He doesn't stop her. Doesn't even try. He deserves this. Deserves worse. I should have listened. I should have run when I had the chance. Naima, please. My uncle is the only family I have. She's sobbing now, barely able to speak through the tears and rage. He took me in when I had nothing. When my parents died and I was alone in a foreign country. When I had nowhere to go. When I thought I'd end up on the streets. And now he's going to be deported or even worse. Go to jail because of you. Because of you. Naima, listen to me. No, I'm done listening. I'm done trusting you. She tries to pull away, but he grabs her shoulders. Firmly, not roughly. Never roughly with her. Naima, look at me. No, look at me. His voice leaves no room for argument. She does. His eyes, those intensely dark, predatory eyes, show something she's never seen before. Genuine fear. Real terror, not for himself, for her uncle. Do you trust me? She laughs bitterly through tears. A sound like breaking glass. Trust you? How can I do? You. Trust. Me. His voice leaves no room for deflection. Each word deliberate. Each word weighted with everything unsaid. Silence. Just her crying. His heavy breathing. The distant sound of soul traffic. Naima, I need you to trust me right now. Something in his tone. In his eyes. Real desperation. Vulnerability. She's never heard it from him before. Never seen him like this. Her voice barely a whisper. I don't know. Say it. Say you trust me. She's trembling. Torn between rage and something else. Between hate and love. Between wanting to run and wanting to stay. Finally, broken and exhausted. I trust you. The words are barely audible. A whisper. A prayer. A surrender. But he hears them. Immediately, he pulls her toward his car. Not dragging. Guiding firmly. Protectively. One arm around her waist, supporting her weight because her legs barely work. Opens the passenger door, helps her in despite her weak resistance. Her torn dress, her bleeding knees, her scraped hands. Slams it, runs to the driver's side. Engine roars to life. They're gone in seconds, leaving nothing but empty street and the ghost of what just happened. The car tears through Seoul like Ji-woo is racing death itself. Naima grips the door handle, watching the speedometer climb. 120, 130, 140 kilometers per hour through crowded streets. Buildings blur past. Lights become streaks of color. Ji-woo, slow down. He can't. With one hand, he pulls out his phone. Dials while driving. Dangerous, but necessary. The phone connects. Speakerphone. Park. Ji-woo's voice is deadly. Cold. Your families are dead if those cops don't release Pastor Solomon before they reach the station. A confused voice on the other end. Ji-woo, see? What are you talking about? The chapel arrest. The pastor. My pastor. Silence on the other end. Then, Ji-woo, see? I didn't send anyone to any chapel. Ji-woo's entire body goes rigid. Every muscle tensing. What? No officers were dispatched to any chapel tonight. I swear on my life. On my children's lives. The car suddenly lurches. Ji-woo slams the brakes. Tires screeching against asphalt. Burning rubber smell filling the air. Naima flies forward, caught by her seatbelt that locks painfully across her chest. They're stopped in the middle of the street. Cars honking behind them, drivers cursing, swerving. Ji-woo ignores everything. His entire world has narrowed to the voice on the phone. Check. Check now. Any units near Chapel of Grace. The sound of typing. Radio chatter in the background. Voices discussing other crimes, other problems. Nothing about a pastor. Nothing. No units. No arrest logged. No Pastor Solomon in our system anywhere. Silence. Ji-woo, see? Are you there? Check the precincts. All of them. Check detention centers. Holding cells. Everywhere. More typing. More waiting. Nothing. I'm looking at the entire network. No Pastor Solomon, no arrest at any chapel. No one by that name has been processed tonight or this week. Jiwoo's hand is trembling on the steering wheel, something Naima has never seen. His other hand gripping the phone so tight it might shatter. He slowly turns to face her. His face has gone pale, paler than she's ever seen. Did you see their badge numbers? Naima is confused, still catching her breath from the sudden stop. What? The police officers. Did you see their IDs? Their badge numbers? Their names? She's thinking back, trying to remember through the panic and tears. But all she sees is her uncle's face, the fear in his eyes. I was crying. I didn't think to look. Fuck. His voice hollow, empty. Fuck. He slams the steering wheel with both hands. The horn blares, once, twice, 3 times. People on the sidewalk stare. Naima is staring at him, her face showing dawning horror, understanding creeping in like ice water through her veins. Jiwoo, what is happening? He looks at her, and she sees it in his eyes before he even speaks. The truth she doesn't want to hear. The truth that makes everything worse. They weren't police, Naima. Her breath catches, stops completely. What? Your uncle wasn't arrested. His voice breaks slightly, just a crack in the armor. He was kidnapped. If you're just joining us now, you need to stop and go back to part 1 immediately, because you have no idea how we got here. The innocent pastor's niece fell in love with Seoul's most dangerous mafia lord. And if you're already part of this community, thank you for your support. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you won't miss mind-blowing K-dramas like this. The private restaurant room where Jiwoo left the meeting, it feels like hours ago, but it's only been 40 minutes, is still occupied. Mrs. Yoon stands at the head of the long table. 6 Korean mafia moguls sit around the table, varying ages, from their 40s to their 70s. All in expensive suits that cost more than most people make in a year. Expensive liquor on the table, glasses of whiskey, bottles of soju, cigarette smoke hanging in the air like ghosts. And off to the side, standing like a ghost at his own funeral, Tae-hyung. His face still shows the fading bruises from Jiwoo's savage beating days ago. The swollen eye, still slightly puffy, purple-yellow now instead of purple-black. The split lip, scabbed over, but visible. The massive dark bruises across his cheekbone, fading to green at the edges. But it's his eyes that have changed the most, no longer showing the loyal soldier, the faithful dog, the brother who would die for Jiwoo. Now showing something else, resentment, bitterness. A decade of rage finally surfacing like oil on water. Mrs. Yoon is speaking, commanding the room despite her injury. Gentlemen, what you witnessed earlier proves my point exactly. She gestures with her good arm. The wounded one hangs at her side, useless for now. Jiwoo has become distracted, weak, compromised, walking slowly around the table, each step deliberate despite the pain. He abandoned this meeting, abandoned all of you, for what? Pause for dramatic effect. She's good at this. Years of manipulating powerful men. For some black African lowlife church, girl who doesn't give a damn about our operations. Some of the moguls murmur agreement. The youngest one, maybe 40, ambitious, hungry for power, nods enthusiastically. She's right. A man in love is a man with weakness, with a target painted on his back. Mrs. Yoon continues. He's in love with a foreigner, a nobody, a complete liability to everything we've built over decades. She stops, looks at each of them, making eye contact, making sure they're listening. And love? Love makes men stupid, makes them weak, makes them dead. An older mogul, maybe 65, gray hair, traditional values, seen too much, speaks up. With respect, Mrs. Yoon, Jiwoo has led us successfully for years. A decade of prosperity. He's made us all wealthy, protected us from rivals and police alike. Mrs. Yoon turns to him, smiling despite the pain. And how long before his distraction gets us all killed? How long before he chooses her over business? How long before his enemies use her against him and we all go down? She has a point, the ambitious one says. The old Jiwoo would never risk everything for a woman. He would have used her and moved on. Another mogul, middle-aged, scar across his cheek from a knife fight years ago, adds, weakness in leadership spreads like disease. If he's compromised, we're all compromised. The sharks will smell blood in the water. Mrs. Yoon seizes the momentum. I propose we remove Jiwoo from leadership. Gasps around the table. Even those who are agreeing with her look shocked. This is mutiny. This is treason. This is how wars start. And install someone who won't be distracted by sentiment. She looks at them directly. Someone like me. The oldest mogul, 70, wise, cautious, survived though long by knowing when to speak, leans forward. Mrs. Yoon, do you understand what you've done? I understand perfectly. The chapel is where we launder money. Millions of one every month. Maybe billions over the years. He steeples his fingers, looking at her like a teacher looks at a foolish student. You just exposed it. Involved police, fake or not, you've drawn attention to our operation. Another jumps in. Won't the pastor rat us out to save himself? He knows faces. He's seen things. Mrs. Yoon smiles coldly, like a snake. Do you think I'm stupid? She looks around the table. I've been in this business longer than some of you have been alive. I was laundering money when you were still in school. The pastor will tell them nothing. Why? She lets it hang. Dramatic pause. Because he doesn't know anything. He only knows what we want him to know. Understanding dawns on some faces. The younger ones look confused. The older ones nod slowly. Even if he talks to real police, he has nothing to say. And he won't want to risk the life of his precious niece. But Jiwoo? She smiles wider. He'll tear himself apart trying to save him. And that distraction? That desperation? That's what we need to remove him from power. The scarred mogul nods slowly. Clever. Very clever. She's thought this through, the ambitious one agrees. It's actually brilliant. But not everyone is convinced. The traditional older mogul shakes his head. This is still mutiny, betrayal of the highest order. You're talking about overthrowing a man who has kept us rich and safe for a decade. A decade that's about to end because he's thinking with what's between his legs instead of what's between his ears, Mrs. Yoon snaps. Then, someone who hasn't spoken yet. A stern man, maybe 55, traditional suit, hard eyes that have seen death. You. Everyone turns to look at who he's addressing. Tae-hyung. He looks up, his damaged face showing surprise at being called out. You, Kang Tae-hyung? Tae-hyung's jaw clenches. Here it comes. You were Jiwoo's right hand for what, 10 years? Yes. You took bullets for him. I was there for one of them. You almost died. 3 bullets. You were brothers. Closer than blood. I've seen you together. The loyalty was real. Silence. Heavy. So how can you stand here? The mogul's voice rises with genuine anger and confusion. Supporting this atrocity? Mrs. Yoon tries to jump in. Because he understands business over... I'm not talking to you. The mogul doesn't even look at her. His eyes stay locked on Tae-hyung. I'm talking to him. All eyes on Tae-hyung now. The room goes quiet. Even the ambient noise seems to stop. Waiting. Tae-hyung's face cycles through emotions. Shame, defiance, rage, pain, regret. A decade of feelings he's buried. Finally, he speaks. Voice rough, raw, like gravel. I stood by Jiwoo for 10 years. He looks at the mogul directly, meeting his eyes. Took 3 bullets meant for him. 1 collapsed my lung. I almost died on that warehouse floor. His hand unconsciously moves to his side. Old wound. Still aches on cold days. Killed men for him. Lost count after 30, maybe 40. Good men, bad men, innocent men. Didn't matter. If Jiwoo said kill, I killed. Saved his life more times than I can remember. More than he remembers. Pause. And you know what I got for it? No one answers. They know better. His leftovers. Voice getting louder now, rising with buried resentment. His scraps. He treats me like his dog, his pet, his servant. Standing up now, emotion breaking through the careful walls he's built. I loved that girl first. Everyone shifts. This is personal now. This isn't business anymore. I saw her first, at the university, before he ever did. Before he even knew she existed because he was drunk when he saw her at the club. He didn't see her clearly, but I did. I wanted to protect her, to give her a better life away from all this. Gestures to the room, the world they inhabit, the violence and blood and death. And he took her from me like he takes everything. His voice cracks. Actually cracks with emotion. Like she was just another thing he wanted, so he took it. Then he beat me for even thinking about her, for kissing her. Points to his face. The bruises, the damage, the humiliation. Look at me. Look at me. This is what brotherhood looks like in Jiwoo's world. Loyalty gets you nothing. Just bruises and broken bones and watching him take what you love. He's breathing hard now, fists clenched. So yes, I'm supporting this. Because I'm done being his loyal dog. I'm done watching him have everything while I get nothing. I'm done. Silence in the room, heavy, thick, suffocating. The quiet older mogul, the calculating one who rarely speaks but always thinks, finally does. But this girl, Naima, do you still love her? Tae-hyung's face cracks, just for a second. The wall showing its weakness. And then he rebuilds it, brick by brick in real time. That doesn't matter anymore. It matters. The mogul presses gently. Because if you still love her, this isn't business. This is revenge. And revenge makes us all sloppy. Tae-hyung doesn't answer. Can't answer. Because the answer is yes, and they all know it. Mrs. Yoon, sensing weakness in her ally, jumps in. What matters is business, profit, survival, the organization. Not some pathetic crush on a girl who chose someone else. She looks at the table. Jiwoo is compromised. We all see it. We all feel it. The question is, are you going to do something about it? Or wait until his weakness gets us all killed or arrested? The room divides, arguments breaking out like fires. She's right. He's too attached. Love makes you weak, makes you a target. We can't have a leader who chooses a woman over the organization. But also, this is betrayal of the highest order. Jiwoo built this empire from nothing. You want to overthrow him over a girl? He's kept us rich and safe for 10 years. Shouting, arguing, voices rising, old grudges surfacing. Mrs. Yoon stands at the head, smiling. The division is exactly what she wanted. Chaos breeds opportunity. Tae-hyung stands to the side, watching. Face showing he's wondering if he made the right choice. Suddenly, the doors slam open, wood hitting wall. A gunshot rings out, deafening in the enclosed space. Mrs. Yoon screams. The bullet hits her shoulder and blood sprays, hitting the wall behind her. She falls back into her chair, clutching the wound. Aha! All heads whip toward the entrance. Jiwoo stands there, gun raised, smoking. Face showing something beyond rage, beyond fury, beyond human emotion. Pure, murderous fury. Behind him, Naima, trembling, terrified. She's never been in a room like this. Never seen this world up close. Never seen this side of life. Her eyes wide, taking it all in. The Mafia moguls in expensive suits. The guns on the table. The money visible in briefcases. The cigarette smoke. The blood. And Tae-hyung, standing with the enemy. Jiwoo walks in slowly, deliberately, like a predator that knows its prey can't escape. Gun still raised, aimed at Mrs. Yoon's head now. You all know I don't miss. Mrs. Yoon is gasping, blood seeping through her fingers as she clutches her shoulder. Both wounds bleeding now. She's losing too much blood. Might die soon if she doesn't get help. That was a warning shot. He takes another step closer. The next one goes through your skull. And I won't think twice. Points the gun directly at her forehead, right between her eyes. I will forget our years of partnership. I will forget you're a woman. I will forget everything except that you took something that belongs to me. Mrs. Yoon is trying to maintain composure through the pain, but her face shows genuine fear now. Real terror. She's seen Ji-woo kill before. Knows he doesn't bluff. One of the moguls, the ambitious 40-year-old, jumps to his feet. Ji-woo, you brought a stranger to our meeting place? Another, the scarred one. An outsider? Do you know what this means? She'll know all our faces. Ji-woo's gun whips toward them. Fast as a snake, they freeze. Hands up. I own this place. His voice is quiet, deadly. Cocks the gun. The sound loud in the silence. I own all of you. Every business, every operation, every breath you take is because I allow it. No one... He looks at each of them, making eye contact. No one tells me what I can or cannot do. Silence. Anyone else want to question me? They sit down slowly, all of them. Even the ones who were arguing against Mrs. Yoon. Nobody moves. Nobody breathes loud. Naima is still in the doorway, one hand on the frame like she needs it to stay upright. She's never seen him like this. This is Ji-woo in his element. The Ji-woo the streets fear. The Ji-woo who built an empire on blood and fear. And it terrifies her. Her eyes scan the room, landing on faces she doesn't know. Then she sees him. Tae-hyung, standing there with them, with Mrs. Yoon. Her face shows shock, then disappointment, then something like betrayal. Tae-hyung? His name comes out broken, like she's just found out Santa isn't real, like innocence dying in real time. He looks at her. His face shows shame, defiance, regret, all mixed together, impossible to separate. She takes a step into the room, past Ji-woo. Where is my uncle? Tae-hyung doesn't answer. Can't look at her. Tae-hyung! Her voice cracks completely. Where is Uncle Solomon? I don't know. Yes, you do. She's crying now, moving closer to him. Walking past men who could kill her without thought. But she doesn't care. Only cares about her uncle. I thought you cared about me. Her voice breaking completely. You told me you wanted to protect me. You said Ji-woo was dangerous and you were different. Tae-hyung's face is cracking. The wall crumbling like old concrete. Was that all lies? She's standing in front of him now, tears streaming down her deep chocolate skin. The colorful beads in her cornrows catching the light as she shakes with emotion. You kissed me. You told me I deserved better than him. Pointing back at Ji-woo without looking. You held my hand. You made me feel safe. And now you're standing here? With her? She gestures to Mrs. Yoon, bleeding in her chair. The woman who's trying to destroy everything? Who kidnapped my uncle? Tae-hyung's voice comes out rough. You chose him over me. Naima stares at him. Like she's seeing him for the first time. Really seeing him. So this is revenge? Her voice rising. My uncle, a good man, a man of God, pays for your broken heart? Tae-hyung flinches like she slapped him. Hard. I thought you were better than this. She steps back, shaking her head, voice dropping to a disappointed whisper that somehow cuts deeper than her shouting. I was wrong about you. Tae-hyung looks away. Can't hold her gaze. Can't face what he's become. His hands clench into fists at his sides. Knuckles white. Meanwhile, Ji-woo has moved to Mrs. Yoon. Stands over her. Gun pointed at her head. She's still clutching her shoulder, blood soaking through her expensive blazer. Pooling on the chair, dripping on the floor. You know I don't hit women. He leans down close. Close enough that she can see the absolute murder in his eyes. But you're not a woman. Quieter now, almost intimate. You're a monster. And I will put a bullet in your head without a single moment of hesitation. Mrs. Yoon laughs. Actually, laughs through the pain, blood bubbling on her lips. Then do it. Blood on her teeth when she smiles. But you'll never see your precious pastor again. Your little black whore's uncle will die screaming. Ji-woo's hand trembles with rage, the gun shaking slightly. Instead of shooting, he punches the wall beside her head. His fist goes through the drywall, plaster and dust exploding. Blood on his knuckles now. He screams in her face. "You're a woman, and that's the only reason your face is still intact." Mrs. Yoon keeps smiling despite the fear in her eyes, despite the blood loss making her dizzy. "You're weak, Ji-woo." She's breathing hard, losing blood faster now. "The old you would have killed me by now. But you can't. Because you need me." She turns her head slightly, looking past him to where Naima stands. Speaking of weakness. Her smile turns cruel. "Did he tell you, dear?" Naima looks up confused. "Tell me what?" "About the girl." "What girl?" Mrs. Yoon's eyes glitter with malicious satisfaction. "The girl at the club." Naima's face shows she doesn't understand. "The one Ji-woo killed." The room goes silent. Even the breathing stops. Naima's face, complete shock. "What? Oh, he didn't mention that?" Mrs. Yoon's voice drips with false sweetness. "Your precious Ji-woo is a murderer." She looks at Ji-woo, whose face has gone stone cold. Mask back up. "Tell her, Ji-woo. Tell her about the 23-year-old girl whose only crime was being in the wrong place at the wrong time." Naima is staring at Ji-woo now. "Ji-woo, what is she talking about?" He doesn't answer, doesn't move. "Ji-woo." Still nothing. Did you kill someone?" His silence is answer enough. "How many?" Naima's voice shaking. "How many people have you killed?" He finally looks at her, those dark eyes showing nothing. "Does it matter?" Yes, it matters. Mrs. Yoon is enjoying this immensely, despite her pain. "Tell her, Ji-woo. Tell her the truth about who you really are." "Dozens, dear. He's killed dozens. Maybe more. He's lost count." Looking at Naima with false sympathy. "He's killed women. Men. People who begged for their lives. People with families. With children. And you think you're different? You think you're special?" Laughs bitterly. "You're just his current obsession, his new toy. And when he gets bored?" She lets it hang. "Everyone he touches dies, darling. How long until he kills you too?" Ji-woo's face shows he wants to shoot her right now. End this. End her. But Naima speaks before he can. "Stop." Everyone looks at her. "Just stop." She's crying, hands over her ears like a child. "I don't care about any of this." Her voice rising to a scream. "I don't care about your businesses. I don't care about your wars. I don't care about who killed who or who betrayed who." She's sobbing openly now, completely breaking down. "I just want my uncle back." Her voice breaks completely, cracks like glass. "He's all I have. He's the only family I have left." She looks at Mrs. Yoon, really looks at her. Please. Falls to her knees on the expensive floor. Doesn't care about her torn dress, her bleeding knees, her pride. "Please just tell me where he is. I'm begging you." Her hands clasped together, literally begging. Prayer position. "I'll do anything. I'll leave Seoul. I'll never see Ji-woo again." Ji-woo's face shows pain watching her beg, watching her break. "I'll disappear completely. Just, please don't hurt him." Tears streaming down her face. "He's a good man. He doesn't deserve this. He took me in when I had nothing. He saved me. Please." Her voice barely a whisper now. "Please don't hurt him." Mrs. Yoon looks down at her coldly, blood still seeping from her shoulder. Feeling weaker now. "Then convince Ji-woo to accept my terms." Naima looks up, hope flickering in her eyes. "Convince him to give up everything, every business, every operation, every connection. To hand it all over to me. And marry my daughter." Naima's face shows confusion. "Marry? Minji." He marries her. Makes her legitimate, gives her the life she deserves after what he did to her. Mrs. Yoon's voice hardens. "Do that, and your uncle lives." She clutches her shoulder, wincing, vision getting blurry. "But I'm bleeding out here, girl. So his time, and mine, is running short." Naima looks at Ji-woo. He's staring at her, gun still in hand. The room is silent except for Mrs. Yoon's labored breathing. "Choose, Ji-woo," Mrs. Yoon says. "Your empire, or her uncle. Your freedom, or her happiness. You, or her." Before anyone can respond, Tae-hyung speaks. Stop! Everyone turns to him. Just stop! He's looking at Mrs. Yoon. This wasn't the plan. Mrs. Yoon's eyes narrow. What are you talking about? The pastor. You didn't have him taken. Pause. I did. Gasps around the room. Jiwoo's gun swings toward Tae-hyung. What? Naima's face, complete shock and betrayal. You? Mrs. Yoon struggling to stand. What? This wasn't... I had my own plan. Tae-hyung interrupts. He looks at Jiwoo. I was going to use him. Give Naima a choice. Come with me, her uncle lives. Stay with you, he dies. Let her choose for once. Naima is staring at him with horror. Tae-hyung, how could you? His face shows pain but also defiance. Because I loved you. And you chose him. You always chose him. Mrs. Yoon is furious. You idiot! You've ruined everything. No. Tae-hyung looks at her. I'm fixing it. He turns to Naima. I'll tell you where he is. Hope flashes across her face. On one condition. The hope dies. Come with me, right now. Leave Jiwoo, leave all of this. I'll take you to your uncle. We'll leave Seoul together, all three of us. Clean start. Jiwoo's voice is deadly. I'll kill you where you stand. Then you'll never find him. Tae-hyung pulls out his phone, shows it. My men have orders. I don't check in every hour, they move him. And he disappears forever. He looks at Naima. Choose, Naima. Me and your uncle's freedom. Or him and your uncle's death. Jiwoo steps forward. Don't do this. Why not? Tae-hyung's voice breaks. You took everything from me. My loyalty meant nothing. My service meant nothing. 10 years I gave you. 10 years. And what did you give me? Points to his face. This. Bruises? Broken bones. Watching you have everything while I get nothing. Now I take something from you. He looks at Naima, a voice softer. I'll give you 10 seconds. Starts counting. 10, 9, 8. Naima is crying, frozen, torn. Jiwoo's face shows agony. 7, 6, 5. Naima looks between them. 4, 3. She takes a step toward Tae-hyung. Jiwoo's voice cracks. Naima, no. 2. Suddenly, Tae-hyung's phone rings. He stops counting. Looks at the screen. Answers. What? Everyone watches. His face goes white. What? Silence as he listens. When? More listening. How? He lowers the phone slowly. Looks around the room. He's gone. Naima's voice small. What? The priest. He's gone. My men just called. Someone took him. Mrs. Yoon struggling to stand. What? Who? They don't know. 15 masked men. Military precision. Took out my entire team in under 2 minutes. They knew exactly where he was. Left everyone alive but unconscious. Just took the pastor and vanished. Jiwoo. Who else knew the location? No one. Just me and my 4 men watching him. And they're all military trained. Silence. Heavy. Everyone looking at each other. Mrs. Yoon's face shows genuine confusion for the first time. This wasn't part of any plan. Then, Jiwoo smiles. Small at first, then wider. Not happy, not relieved, something else entirely. Something that makes everyone in the room feel cold. Mrs. Yoon sees it. Her eyes widen. What? Why are you smiling? Jiwoo's smile doesn't reach his eyes. Because now, I know. Know what? He looks at her. Then at Tae-hyung. Then at the moguls. You all just made a very big mistake. If you're just joining us now at part 8, you need to go back and watch from part 1 immediately. Because you have zero context for the insanity you just witnessed. Uncle Solomon has been kidnapped by a mysterious third party. The series finale is here. And I'm telling you right now, not everyone survives. Drop a comment. Why do you think Jiwoo smiled like that at the end? That smile was absolutely terrifying. Who do you think this third party is that took Uncle Solomon? And are you still Team Jiwoo after finding out he's killed dozens of innocent people? Part 9 drops soon, And I promise you, the finale is going to destroy you emotionally. Someone's dying, someone's losing everything, and someone's secret is about to be exposed. Now, go binge this entire series from part 1 because you need the full context for what's about to happen in the finale. Don't forget to drop your theories in the comment below. Who else can't wait to see how this ends?